Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Apex Racing TV. I'm round 6 of the Formula Drivers Challenge. We're here at the Phillip Island Circuit in Australia for this one. Andrew Woodhouse alongside Alessandro Dalladonna with Alex Simpson on the cameras. And Alessandro, we're here at Phillip Island once again, round 6 of this 14-round championship. And we're looking to really get a great race today. Everyone was very closely matched in the practice.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Andrew. Really looking forward to come here down under on a very particular track. So really looking forward to see this tight field competing for another pole position here in Phillip Island, where probably we will see again Dennis Hauger trying to master the field in these very tricky qualifying sessions.
Yeah, Hauger leads the championship at the moment. In fact, by just 4 points, sorry, from Sam Cowtett, who's in second place. Ulysses De Pau is not racing today, who's third overall at the moment. So it's between those two. They've got a fairly decent advantage over everyone else in the championship, but they will have, especially after today. There is Dennis Hauger, the championship leader from Norway in the Red Bull car. This is the Dallara Formula 3 car as well, for those who don't know. Or first new to the series, welcome. Don't forget, as well as we go through the first few laps of qualifying, subscribe to the channel, click the little notification bell as well, which will tell you exactly when every single round of the Formula Drivers Challenge goes live. We've still got 9 more rounds, including this one, over the coming couple of weeks. We're looking then at Hauger, who's showing a lot of commitment through the middle sector here at Phillip Island. He's got the car nicely hooked up, and this track suits these cars, doesn't it? It does tend to lend itself well to these fairly high downforce cars.
Yeah, for sure, Andrew. These cars have a lot of downforce, and these long corners are definitely the perfect ground for them. And as you can see here, it's very important to keep the momentum through these corners, like you do in oval racing, for example. So the drivers that are very precise and will not make mistake, because obviously it's not anything like we had in the USA at Kota, where we have plenty of runoff areas. Here, if you make a mistake, you're going to pay a heck of a price, because it's all gravel traps or grass around the track.
Yeah, especially turns 1 and 2. That'll probably be the trouble spot today, especially on the first lap. Wrong ball with Hauger still, and he goes third fastest then on 23.25. Just 1/10 slower than the pole position, which is currently held by, well, it was held by Victor Anderson. Sam Cowter, the SRKC karting champion, the double champion, goes to the top of the timing sheet again, and he's second in the championship. He's going head-to-head with Hauger at the moment. Field a lot smaller today than what we've been used to these first few weeks, but it is understandable. 14 race calendar crammed into 3 weeks. You're going to get some up and downs, but we do expect a slightly larger field for Wednesday's race, which will be also broadcast here on the channel. Joey Alders goes up in the 6th place. That's probably that's a good start for him. Isaac Blomqvist is in 7th. We're looking at Victor Anderson then 2nd place overall, as he tries to rein in Sam Cowtett. Now Anderson, as Ritmo Miyata goes 2nd place, the Japanese driver from the Super Formula Light Series in Japan. And to the line then for Anderson. What can he do? Does he improve? He does improve, Alessandro, but not enough to get himself into 2nd place.
Yeah, but any slight improvement can mean a lot, because as you can see here, Auger crossing now the start-finish line improves, but not that much. He's still 5th. Meantime, Alexei Nesov in the 33 car, the Russian driver, jumps onto the provisional pole position with a 1:22.789.
Great lap by Nesov, as everybody's starting what's probably going to be their final lap. Around this track, it seems to be definitely beneficial for the drivers to go and take all the qualifying laps in one go. Look at Joey Alders coming through the final corner on his final lap. He's gone green in both the sectors. Wasn't a great third sector, but does it improve him up the timing sheet? No, it does not. He was a 10th slower in his previous lap. Jose Garfias goes 12th than the Mexican, as we're looking at Miata trying to improve and trying to get back onto the front row. What can he do? Cross the line, he doesn't improve. He stays third. Grégoire Saucy, the Swiss driver, he's up into he is up into 10th. Then he's only half a second off pole position in 10th. Phillip Ugran is on a lap as well. He's just come across. He was in 19th place, and
Anderson moved up
he
to
stays
second
there.
position. He
Yeah,
improved,
Anderson.
but not enough.
Well, Hauger goes second as well. He's just got ahead of Anderson. So Dennis Hauger taking potentially the first blood in the battle with Sam Coutert. Coutert in 4th place. We're looking at Bruno Carneiro of Brazil, Asian Formula Renault driver. What a nice looking car that is, by the way, as well. Carneiro was down in 15th position. He's on his final lap at the moment. Didn't improve in the first sector, but he's coming through the middle of the lap now, through Siberia and through the hay sheds and towards Lukey Heights. And this is probably the most tricky part of the course, Alessandro.
Yeah, for sure. This left-hander and then the hairpin, such a tricky section. If you mess with the entry here, you can run easily wide, but it's not that the biggest problem, because you have to nail then the hairpin here, and it's so easy if you go too wide on the first left-hander to completely miss the corner, but nevertheless you always need to make sure you don't overrun the hairpin, because otherwise it's gonna be painful. You're gonna lose a lot of time. Let's see if Carneiro improves the time, but I doubt. It was very, very slow. And I guess with this lap, everybody has accomplished their 4 laps in the qualifying, so we should be seeing some drivers maybe getting some practice lap done in the last 5 minutes of qualifying.
You know what, actually, I think that's probably what Carneiro's done. I wonder if he's just put a hell of a lot of fuel in it and he's just decided to go out and get some extra laps in, as there is the checkered flag on qualifying. So because everyone's finished, that appears that it ends the
Yep, we're
session,
going to the race.
which is very useful for us, because we don't have to sit here and fill for 5 minutes, which is always appreciated here on the channel. Let's have a look at the grid then. Alexei Nesov takes his first pole position of the season, ahead of Dennis Hauger in second. Victor Anderson's third, ahead of Sam Coutert. Ritmo Miata takes fifth, ahead of Callum Williams. Carter Williams is in seventh, with Isaac Blomqvist in eighth. Consta Lapalainen in ninth, and Gregoire Saucy in 10th. Joey Alders in 11th, and Josh Mason in 12th. Jose Garfias is in 13th place, ahead of Sam Paley. Bruno Carneiro in 15th. Rui Andrade in 16th. Olivier Goethe in 17th. Kayaski 18th. Philip Ugran in 19th and 20th. Rodrigo Almeida. And, well, Alessandro, they're waiting on the grid here, almost ready for the start. Who's your money on for this one?
Well, I think I have to go with Alexei Nesov, because we saw also in Branzazzo, starting from the back of the grid, getting up to P4 at the end with a masterful clean race. Even though Dennis Auger has always shown a lot of speed, so he might be someone to watch. What's your pick, Andrew?
You know what? I think Nesov can do it. I think he can. I think it's time for him to win a race in this series. He's currently 8th in the championship. I think this is his time. Here we go, though. We'll find out shortly. This is Dallara F3 cars burst into life anytime now, as the lights are off and the race is on. It's a great start. It's a terrific start by Hauger. It's a poor start by Nesov. Anderson gets away well as well from the second row. Coutert slotting in behind. Nesov holds the inside line into turn one. Hauger looking around the outside in the Red Bull car. And the drivers were saying that the smaller grid will probably help them in terms of a clean first lap, with the street cars off at the back. That's Goethe, that's Ugran and Almeida off, and somebody's off in the...
Nesov went
Nesov
completely
off.
wide, yes.
That's off on the second corner, dear me. Well,
So see, he's fully
oh,
back on
crashed
the
at the
road, yeah.
hairpin. In the Honda hairpin, a crashed. and that's Callum Williams has been hit. And it might have been Blomqvist that was involved in that as well. So a poor first couple of corners, but Dennis Hauger isn't going to care. He's still ahead. Sam Counter has got up into second place. Absolute gift for him. Anderson in third, Miata fourth. Those guys have got through nicely. Williams, Carter Williams then in ninth, ahead of Garfias, and then Carnero up into 11th place. He started in 15th.
Yeah, very good start by Auger. Also, Nesov missed a bit the jump on the stall, but the problem was he went completely wide in that corner. As you were pointing out earlier, Andrew, it's very tough, especially with cold tires, and this is gonna cost him a lot of time. He has
Well,
still plenty of time to recover, but it's gonna be tough.
he's not too far behind. He's in 11th place at the moment. He's only 1.5 seconds behind the top 10. As we're going to see the replay of the start once more, we're going to look at the great start by Dennis Hauger.
You have seen there
yeah.
how the drivers are very, very careful with the start. They are not pushing the throttle all the way down. You have to modulate the throttle in a way that you don't have any real wheel spin. Maybe that's what caused a little bit of trouble to Neso, as you can see here. Then he just
Oh, he
had
loses
a
it in the
wiggle
middle of the
there
corner.
and went wide.
And
And
who else was that? Who's that in the white car off? Was that Miata? Might have been Miata off in the first corner. But Hauger managed to turn that good start then into the lead one way or the other. Counter in second place, Anderson third. Anderson was very quick in the practice and qualifying. Ritmo Miata in fourth, Counter Williams.
Neso is out.
And
I
Nesov's
think
out
he
of the
might
race.
hit some Paley. We are seeing
Bailey's
now
fifth. So
at the
was
hairpin.
it a contact? Oh yeah, it will be. I'm sure it will be with Nesov. Let's see. Going into Lucky Heights. Oh, Nesov just rear ends him. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's gone from bad to worse for Nesov. And there goes my money as well.
Oh yeah, both money.
There goes that. Never mind. Don't need any assistance in losing money normally, but they've been helped out by Alexa Nesov in that one. And there's we're looking at Anderson and Miata going into battle into the Honda hairpin. Miata had a go. He had a look around the outside. He gets a good run out of the hairpin, Alessandro, but there's no real way through there. If he gets the run here though, this is a long enough flat out section that he could probably get something done.
Yeah, for sure. Exit in the corner there is key. But as you can
Oh,
see
here he
here,
comes.
yeah, let's see if he can stick it into the
Oh,
inside. Yes, he does. Great pass there. And now obviously he has to defend. Maybe not through this section, which is a bit too technical to go through. But after the long last corner, he might have a run, Anderson, and see if he can fight back the 36 of the Japanese super Formula Light driver.
so Nesov out, Paley out. I think they're towing back to the pits. They might come back out later on. Lapalainen out, Susi out, Mason out, and Almeida out. So that was a bad start for those people, but they can come back. They have got a fast repair. They will be able to come back out onto the track if they so wish. Callum Williams has rejoined the circuit, but we're going to see the replay of how Sam Counter managed to take the lead away from Dennis Hauger, and it's down the main straight, Alessandro, and it looks pretty easy to me.
Yeah, for sure. You have a lot of slipstream, and also this corner is not giving you much chance of defending because it's almost flat out. So you always need to be very careful. And if you go through too wide, is not always gonna be very nice. So especially for Auger, he has to be very calm and let Kuiter go because he doesn't want to jeopardize his efforts so far and make a mistake, losing a lot of points in the championship for sure.
Well, that's it. Counter will potentially take the lead in the championship. It depends on, of course, whether they can stay in those positions. For the points, if if it stays like this, Counter will take the lead of the championship by 4 points. Still pick up 50 points for the wins. His second place gets 42 points. Third gets 38, then 34, 30, and then goes down from there. So obviously we will bring you any points-based changes and things like that if we can. Ritmo Miata is still in third place ahead of Victor Anderson. And this is that battle indeed. Miata has got past the Swede. Now he has to try and stay ahead of him. But Anderson's got a great slipstream. I wonder if he's going to have a look at the inside into the hairpin if Anderson is through. So Miata's tried this long cutback. I wonder if that's going to work. He's going to try and go around the outside then. For the long left-hander. He's got the momentum, Alessandro, and he's through. That's nicely done.
Yeah, that's a lovely move, especially around your side with that little bit of banking is helping you really a lot exiting, and also very clean and respectful racing between the two,
Yeah, they've
giving each
lost
other
a
plenty of
second.
space.
They've lost a second. Oh, and he's been hit.
Williams,
Anderson's been hit by Williams.
Maybe a bit too hot into the hairpin. He might have tapped Anderson and sent him around. Let's catch the replay of that.
Well, Miata's no doubt going to be very happy about that because he gets him off his back. But Williams, oh yeah, slightly too hot, slight neck cone, a few different things going on there. But Carter Williams, we've spoken to him a few times already in the championship. He's not going to be very happy with that finishing in that way. But Kauter ahead of Hauger, and I do think Kauter, he's a karting champion already. I do think that he, this series will definitely show people that he's got the potential to do it in a single-seater car. And Hauger having a look again up the inside, nearly into the hairpin, and Kauter standing firm on this one. This is the chance for Miata, maybe, Alessandro, because these two are battling, and they could well lose a fair bit of time.
Yeah, for sure.
This is for him to get down and do his fast laps now.
Yeah, he has to push 110% to catch them. Let's see if the two up front are gonna fight hard already from lap 6. We have still 22 minutes to go, so they might try to settle down and let Kuitert push and keep the pace high to not let the Japanese driver back, but it doesn't seem like so because Auge is now pulling to the outside and is gonna go for a move which is probably already done entering the corner. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, he got a great run out of the final corner, didn't he? And I wonder if Kautet's going to try and have a go into turn 2. But there's not really a big braking zone there for these F3 cars. That the speed differential isn't that big. Coming into the left-hander, it's medium speed for them, really. Lundqvist has got ahead of Williams, so Williams dropping back. And I think he might be in the pits, is he? Or has he just had a problem?
Yeah,
I think he's just had an accident, potentially, Alessandro, because he's dropped down to, Carter Williams has dropped down to 9th place, now 10th.
Yeah, he might have an issue there, maybe connection issue also. We have seen a bit blinking. We will investigate and see if we can see what happened there. In the meantime,
Victor Anderson's got it back to 8th place. He's ahead of Jose Garfias with the Anderson will have a fairly damaged car, I would imagine. This is the battle side by side. You can see that he's struggling with the straight line speed. After the incident earlier on, he was hit in the rear, of course. But Garfias, who's having a good run actually, Alessandro, he's up from 13th on the grid. Kayaski's up from 18th to 5th already, so that's a tremendous start by the Brit in the man who drives in the French F4 series.
For sure, we are used to these kind of recovery drives in this championship. We've seen plenty of time, even when we had much bigger grids in the first few events of the championship. A lot of people coming through very fast through the ranks. Meantime, we see some great side-by-side racing between Garfias and Anderson. Let's see if he collects. There is a bit of dust on the outside, so you have to be very careful because that also can unsettle the car.
Well, yeah, because exactly that's where the drivers went off on the first lap, of course, brought a lot of the rubbish from the outside of the track back onto the track. Anderson dives into the hairpin. Surely he's not going to make the corner properly. Oh, and I think he's collected Carnero, and Carnero now off. And that won't please the Brazilian, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely is gonna be not that happy, but
bit careless from Anderson, really. He went
yeah,
in there very, very hot, and there was only one outcome in the end. As now he's going hammer and tongs with Garfias, but Garfias holds firm, and now Williams. Oh, and he's hit him. He's hit him in the hairpin. Anderson, it seems like he might be. I don't know if the red mist is descending slightly here for Anderson, but he's certainly giving 110% here as Garfias struggles through that final corner. I don't know if he's got any damage from that incident, but he looked like he struggled with the straight line speed. Behind them is Carter Williams, who was involved with Anderson earlier on. So this will be interesting. Going through turn one, side by side. Garfias trying to hang it around the outside. He hasn't got any aero damage that I can see, so he will make that move stick. That's beautifully done indeed into turn two.
yeah, Anderson trying obviously to push as hard as he can to recover that track position he lost, making some mistakes early on. Let's see if he's gonna send it over here in the hairpin, and indeed he does. A beautiful move, a clean move, and now he's gonna for sure trying to pull away because he doesn't want to get passed again by any of the drivers behind him. He's gonna try to check out.
Well, that's what he did on the previous. That's what he wanted to do on the previous lap. Didn't work at all, but it did this time for Anderson. Garfias then with the extra straight line speed and a bit of slipstream going up the inside into Lukey Heights as they crest the hill now. Coming into the hairpin, there might have been some slight contact. I think they may have banged wheels actually in there as Anderson tries to gather control of his F3 car once again. Carter Williams in behind him and Garfias driving F4 cars normally. Well, in fact, all three of them driving F4 cars, I beg your pardon, as Dennis Hauger leads the way then ahead of Kauter, and it's only by 0.2 of a second. And this final corner really is just like a launching pad for the driver behind.
Yeah, for sure, because you are flat out essentially
sorry,
from...
they're not in the final corner. They were in the second corner. Sorry. Hey.
This track is essentially a long run down from the second to last corner to the first hairpin on the left in turn 2. It's essentially almost flat out, so you have such a big slipstream effect that it's very easy if you are close to the driver in front to get by even before turn 1. So if either of the two want to make sure they get pretty much safe at the end of the race without having to battle, they have to break this draft as soon as possible. But we hopefully won't see that because we want to see entertainment, and these two guys are putting a very, very good show for us today.
A couple of moves made further down the field, but here comes
Traffic.
He's pushing him, so I wonder if he wants to just unsettle him. You've got to be careful with that because it's not going to take a much bigger hit than that to damage the front wing. And but I know it can be a viable tactic in single seaters if used, shall we say, very, very carefully indeed. Now, Askey and Alders were battling away. And countered up the inside, dives up the inside into the Honda hairpin, and nicely done. He takes that place.
Very good move by Sam Kuiter. Maybe Augura went a bit too deep there. It seems like he missed a little bit his apex in the hairpin, but nevertheless, let's see now here the replay of Kayaski, the British driver in the 15 car.
Oh wow, he sent that one, and he's sideways.
Ooh, and
that's Alders, isn't it? That's actually Alders trying to take Kayaski and not being able to. The battle behind still going on between Anderson, Garfias and Williams as Kauter set the fastest final sector of the race so far, and he's going to actually be coming. Hauger's actually trying to come past him though, regardless.
Yeah, for sure. Now we are seeing plenty of action. Nobody is playing the safe and long game. They are all going to try their best to get track positioned.
Well, these two certainly aren't stupid. They know that a few of the championship contenders aren't actually here today. So they know, I think, that they need to finish 1 and 2, and maybe not to risk too much as Garfias goes past Anderson and Williams, Callan Williams, that is, moving ahead of Rui Andrade for 11th, as Garfias and Anderson still fighting. They have been side by side for a long time.
Midfield is very, 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 very hectic. We have every turn somebody trying to pass, as we can see here, Garfias around the outside, and he makes his stick, and now he's gonna shut the door to Anderson. But these two are fighting already for a good
Oh,
four
and
or
he
five
defends.
laps, and
He
fighting
defends.
really hard.
Yeah.
They have to be careful because any slight touch with this car is gonna cause you either some wing damage or also some suspension damage. So you always have to be very careful and mindful when you are racing around people with this very, very sensible car. Talking about the championship, obviously Auger and Quitter are the one who do not want to have any issue, but somebody who is not gonna be very happy about this race is definitely Alex Ineso, who hasn't jumped in the car yet after his towing into pit road, and he's gonna lose a lot of points today.
Yeah, Hauger's just taking the lead again. So he goes back to the front of the field with just 12 and a half minutes left of the 30, as they're going almost 3 wide here into the hairpin. Anderson round the outside of Garfias, and then Garfias twitches on the exit. Williams might be able to get involved in this one. Just behind them as well is Bruno Carnero, who's trying to recover after his issues that he had. But here we go, then Anderson then through the Haysheds and towards Lucky Heights. And oh, it's a crash.
Ooh.
Williams into Garfias, and that'll be them gone, I think. Oh, gone big time. Williams,
Yeah,
the car is destroyed. And oh,
let's catch a replay
disaster,
of that. I
disaster
think
for Williams. Is he just trying to maybe, let's see
uh,
if Garfias moves unexpected. Oh yeah, actually, Garfias goes to the middle of the corner. He actually comes back to the inside. So don't know if there was a lot Williams could have done in that time.
well, seems like a racing incident there.
Yeah,
Nothing much he couldn't do there. He tried to commit to the inside, and at the same time, the Mexican driver shut the door. So they were
Cowter.
racing hard. It was inevitable. Sooner or later, it's very fast.
Cowter loses the rear of the car as he's trying to negotiate the slower corners, but still ahead of Dennis Auger. Then these two have swapped the lead quite a few times so far in this one. With Cowter, the Dutchman, ahead of Hauger from Norway. If you are enjoying the race, by the way, please give us a subscribe, like the video if you will. Leave a comment as well. Let us know what you think, and also press the bell icon to make sure that you get the notifications when all the races go live, because we've still got 8 more rounds of the Formula Drivers Challenge. The races are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday for the next 2 weeks. Is what we've got left of the series, and we're going to see Cowter and Hauger, I'm sure, Alessandro, having a battle all the way through.
Oh yeah, for sure. I bet that they will be present all rounds, trying to fight for this great championship.
Oh,
Kited a bit too wide there, but as long as you don't touch for a lot of time the grass there, you are fine. You just need to get.
oh,
Ooh,
oh,
oh.
oh, Hauger, massively out of control, and he's ended up taking the lead.
I wish I could do a pass like that. Still takes a lot of skill and also a bit of luck, I guess.
Wow, there's a lot of luck, and you know what? I give a lot of credit to Sam Cowter, who he he saw that coming a mile off, and he knew he knew something was going wrong for Hauger, and he didn't want to risk his car unnecessarily. And however, now they're going side by side through Lukey Heights and down into the MG hairpin then. and Hauger keeps the advantage. Miata cannot close on these two. He's not gaining at all. He's still 3.4 seconds behind the Japanese driver. Isaac Blomqvist is in 4th, Joey Alders is in 5th, and Kayaski is 6th after 20 minutes.
I don't know what Kiter is thinking here. It's not like NASCAR. It's very dangerous in my opinion. I would never do this. I'm too afraid of hitting people trying to bump drafting here on the straight. It's very pointy, the front wing of this car. Hopefully he knows better than me for sure, because we've seen him driving a lot of these F3 cars around our challenge, our channel here on Apex.
So Garfias, Williams, and Saucy have re-emerged then after repairs or fast repairs or whatever they've decided to do. We're looking at Kayaski here, who is chasing down Joey Alders, but Alders managed to actually get ahead of Aski a few laps ago. So he's on his merry way now in 5th position. Maneo drives in Formula 3 Asia, and going well indeed. 2 Dutchmen in the top 5 is certainly a good thing for them. Now, Bruno Carneiro's made 7 places up from where he started. He's currently running in 8th place. Oliver Goethe has made up 7 places as well. He's 10th. Rui Andrade up to 11th, and Phillip Ugran, the Romanian, is in 12th.
We have a smaller fear today, but this doesn't mean we won't have a lot of action, because we've seen passing overtakes everywhere today. So this obviously is very, very good, and hopefully we will see more drivers next time for the round 7 in today's time on Wednesday. But let's see here, Hauger still defending from Kuiter. Beautiful battle.
Yeah, it's a great battle. It's been race long for the race win, and yeah, tremendous stuff from them. The next round, incidentally, will be held at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Now, I assume that's the road course. You never know, of course, but I do assume that will be the road course. And then we go to Suzuka on the 15th, the Nürburgring on the 16th, Imola on the 18th, Silverstone on the 20th, Zandvoort on the 21st. 23rd will bring us to Sebring, and the season will finish in Canada at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. So that'll be a fantastic place to finish. One of my favourites, and I'm sure a lot of the drivers will like it. And to be honest, most of them probably haven't raced there. So that will be a learning curve. It's we're on board with Bruno Carneiro, who's in 9th place. And you can see Callum Williams, Alessandro, just ahead of him. 1 second ahead, and that's 8th place there.
Yeah, for sure. Carneiro is looking to get in the next few laps. Carneiro, for sure, is gonna try his best, because he's probably a bit disappointed for the
Kauter's taken
mistakes.
the lead, Alessandro.
Yeah,
Sorry to
I do.
interrupt you, mate, but Kauter
Totally
has
fine.
gone through on Dennis Hauger to take the lead with 6 minutes to go.
It's definitely the place we have to watch now, because we only have 6 minutes, Andrew. So any move could be the winning move, and I doubt now both drivers will allow passing that easy. So now they will really, really have to work for it, and they will not ease up or let them go if you see a bit of.
So this is the only battle on the circuit at the moment, and there's only 3 tenths in it. So Kauter is holding his line against the pit wall. Now, is he going to defend the inside into turn 1? I don't think he is. I think that Hauger could possibly go alongside, but it's very, very risky in turns 1 and 2. We've seen a lot of this track in the past in the ARL Touring Car Championship, and turns 1 and 2 are always very difficult.
I think
a few accidents there. Miata actually, don't forget him, Alessandro. He could still win this race if something goes wrong between these two. Not that we want anything to go wrong, because we want this battle to go to the checkered flag. Because don't forget, this circuit, you could definitely have a dead heat. It could definitely happen.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking about it because Miata is not losing much time, and these two are fighting really hard. So if they run side by side for a few corners and slow each other down, the Japanese driver might still have a chance. So he is not out of contention for the race win. He has definitely to push and hope for the best. Even though these two drivers have been racing very cleanly, so I don't expect them to come together, but you never know. Racing is hard and
Yeah, and
unpredictable.
I think this track's definitely got potential. If you can get a slipstream out of that last corner, you definitely make a run to the line on the last lap. So even if you are behind in the very last corner, you've still got a chance of winning this race. These two are now very, very close together. No bump drafting from Hauger. Hauger's just trying to stay as close as possible so he can get the run through the middle of the lap, because I think that's where he might be able to make a move. But even if they can make a move, it might not stick very easily. We've seen so far how, you know, how many overtakes we've had in this lead battle as Kautet locks up into the hairpin, which does indicate that he's trying quite hard.
Yeah, for sure they're getting adding everything they can now out of this car because obviously they don't want to get to the last lap side by side or very close to each other because obviously it's like a Moto3 race. Who gets
Yes.
first of the last corner doesn't exactly mean that you are the winner. More or less like Daytona. So
Yeah, we've
it's
seen that
not gonna
in the
be,
skippies on this track recently as well. That
yeah,
can
for
happen as
sure. And also turn
Carnero
one.
Carnero and Goethe are battling further down the field, but we're looking at the lead battle, understandably. And this is the battle to lead the championship as well. Whoever wins this race will leave Phillip Island as the championship leader after 6 races. So that is enough of a incentive for these drivers to take home the spoils today. So it's Sam Kauter of the Netherlands, a 2-time SRKC karting champion, and Dennis Hauger racing FIA Formula 3. They are locked together in a battle. They have been for the entire race. Alexei Nesov started from pole position. He got away poorly and then he went off in turn 2 on the first lap. And that allowed Dennis Hauger to take the lead. Sam Kauter challenged him and they've split the lead positions between them for the next 15 or so laps. They've swapped positions a lot. But it all comes down to this. Alessandro, we're only going to have one more lap to go at the end of this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what our leader is gonna do because you defend the inside or do you defend the outside enter in turn one because it's a very tough because once you get first advantage if you pick the inside, by then you are on the outside in turn two. So
Well, here we go. We're
I
going to get the answer. And the answer is he's not going to defend at all here. Hauger is through into turn 1. That's not going to be the last chance, though, for Kauter, as he thinks about the inside into 2. Follows him nicely through there. And here he's going to get the slipstream into the Honda hairpin. Now, we've seen a few moves into there in this race. He's got good overspeed. He's tucked right in under the rear wing. What can he do? Is he going to move out from the inside? He is going to take the inside line here. Now, Hauger's going to try the cutback. I'm not sure that that's the best option, but he does have the run through the last 2 corners, which he might be able to use.
let's see if he gets around here, but I think Hauger will think about passing quitter here at the hairpin because I don't think he will wait for the start-finish line.
Here we go then over the top of Lukey Heights. MG hairpin. Right-hander at the bottom of the hill. Kauter locks up again. Now this is the run. This is the run to the line that we're going to see. Is it going to be Hauger? Is it going to be Kauter? What a great camera angle there to see it. He's weaving around Kauter. He's trying to disturb the slipstream through the middle of this long left-hander. He's trying to block as much as possible. Hauger's got overspeed. Kauter to the line. It's going to be Dennis Hauger who takes the win here at Phillip Island by just 15 thousandths of a second. Kauter tried everything that he could. I might have gone to the inside, maybe. Might just have saved him enough distance. Who knows? Would have been close. Miata gets third for Japan, and then Blomqvist in fourth for Sweden. Alders just ahead of Aski, fifth and sixth there. And we're looking at Victor Anderson coming across as well. We see him. What an eventful race for him. Callan Williams in eighth. And the battle with he and well, Williams eventful. Just about manages to finish. Goethe, he's going to come home in ninth. And we're looking now at Rui Andrade, the Angolan driver, and he is coming through the final corners. He's gained 5 places today. I think he'll be fairly happy with his work for 11th place. He will be the last driver over the line. Alessandro, what a great battle for the win. That was great.
Yeah, indeed, Andrew, that was a beauty. I had a lot of fun watching this battle from lap 2. It was a pleasure to see these two top-notch drivers fighting cleanly, side by side, lap after lap, and they provide us with one of the greatest finish I ever seen with this car. Amazing, 15,000, so it's nothing.
Yeah, and this is the penultimate lap we can see on the screen, going head to head into turn one.
A great battle also in this beautiful slow motion side by side racing. We will see plenty of that.
Yeah, and this is Hauger going up the inside into the first corner on the last lap, and Kauter, he thought about the inside into two, he really did, and but he couldn't get through. There wasn't any way past there. As we see the results on the screen, it looks like as yeah, we're going to get the finishing order. Dennis Hauger takes the win then by just 16 thousandths ahead of Sam Kauter. Ritmo Miata in third, Isaac Blomqvist in fourth, Joey Alders in fifth, Kai Aski sixth, Victor Anderson then taking seventh, Callum Williams eighth, Oliver Goethe in ninth, Bruno Carneiro in 10th, and Rui Andrade in 11th. And the cars one lap down or more. Jose Garfias, Phillip Ugran on his debut, Carter Williams, Gregoire Saucy in 15th, Josh Mason 16th, 2 laps down. And then the retirements, we had Konsta Lapalainen, Alexei Nesov, the pole sitter, Sam Paley, and Rodrigo Almeida. He was out on the first lap. But we can now speak to Alexei Nesov, who is with Alessandro.
Yeah, Alexei, you had this time lovely qualifying, great time, great effort, but then it wasn't the best race. The complete opposite of what you had 2 days ago in Brandsatch.
Yeah, definitely the race to forgot, but still, the qualifying shows that I have the pace. I really improving in racing. It's new for me. I'm not more than a month in this game, so also it's all the experience, and I need to gain it. Yeah, in that way. But still, these guys like Sam and Dennis are much more experienced than me in the game and in the real racing. But still, I would like to, of course, I would like to take the part in this gorgeous battle for the lead. But still, we have what we have, and I need to learn from it.
Oh, yes, you never stop learning from mistake. You can learn a lot. What do you expect from the next few rounds?
After the pole position, I would expect for the win, and so I see that I have the pace for it, and so I will prepare harder for it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Seeing from you a lot of pace, sometimes in qualifying, sometimes during the race, coming through the field. So I bet you will be challenging for race podiums in the last part of the season. Anybody you want to thank as per usual?
Thank you for the beautiful broadcasting. It's so nice to watch.
Thank you so much, Alexei. Looking forward to see you on track in today's time.
Yeah, see you.
Well, Alexei Nesov there, and I'm sure he'll be looking for a better result at Charlotte Motor Speedway. But the other driver who's in the race, I believe, for the first time this season is Bruno Carnero, and Bruno joins us now in the commentary box. Can you hear us, Bruno?
Yes, I can.
Well, it was it looked like quite an interesting race for you. The first couple of laps certainly looked exciting. Started in 15th place and trying to get through the field was looked like it was quite fun.
Yeah, it was good fun. I bought this track 2 days ago, I think, and it's a really fun track, especially with the Formula 3. I didn't know that we had 4 laps for qualifying. I thought it was just 2 like normal, so that's why I pitted after lap 2. But then I realized that I could go for another 2 laps, but didn't get to take advantage of that. So that's why I started at 15th, and we stayed clear at the start. But there was a car in front of us that was weaving around quite a bit, so we made contact, and it damaged my front wing. So I was losing about a second on the straights, which was quite a shame because I would have been up to 4th, I believe. I was ahead of Isaac Blomqvist before the damage happened, so we would have been fighting for 4th, maybe podium position. So it was a bit of a shame, but yeah, it was a fun race nonetheless. So hoping to do better next time.
And then you were hit as well at the hairpin later on, weren't you, as well, which didn't really help. Going forward to Charlotte Motor Speedway, then that's certainly one that's is probably the most interesting one on the schedule. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. The walls might catch some of us out, and the inside sausage curbs are pretty high, so there might be some
Yep.
flying aerodynamics going on. So we'll see what happens, but it should be good. I've done a few laps around there, but I'll be practicing for sure to get a good result next time.
Don't forget to pack your parachute just in case.
Yeah, of course. Safe landing, you know.
That's it. Thank you very much, Bruno. Good to speak to you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you. And now Alessandro has found the winner. What a race it was, and he's with Dennis Hauger.
Yeah, Dennis, congratulations for another incredible race, a win, a well-deserving. Talk us through the last few laps because that battle with Sam was incredible to watch.
Thanks. It was a good battle for sure. In the beginning, we were just getting a gap, and then in the middle, we had the gap, and we're fighting a bit, not doing anything crazy, trying to pull a gap. But it's really hard when there's such a big slipstream. And then in the end, I was trying to stay a bit behind, not showing him too much what to do. And on that, going into the last lap, I tried to see if I can get over the finish line in front of him for the next lap in case something happened. And when he got past, I just tried to stay and push him a bit to make mistake. And then into the last corner, I was straight behind him, so I knew I had him, even though it was really close. But overall, such a cool race.
Yeah, 15,000 of a second between you and Sam, closest finish in this championship so far. Did you try actually to give him plenty of space during the race, or were you trying more for the win, caring more for the win actually than the championship standing? Because obviously, who won today is the leader for the championship. There was only 4 points in between you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking about the championship, and I knew he was up there too, and that's why I tried to get the gap in the beginning. And I think we both kept it cool and didn't do anything crazy, and just kept it clean. So really cool and good for the championship as well.
Well, we are looking so much forward for the next events at Charlotte. Do you have any experience of that track? It's very, very unique.
Not really having any experience there, no. So I'll have to practice a bit for that. I'm not really sure where the track goes either, so we'll see.
All right, Dennis. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe my iRacing team, Team Media, and my parents and everyone. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time then.
Yeah, for sure. Have a nice evening, Dennis, and thanks for coming by.
Thanks. Bye.
Dennis Auger then, and yeah, championship leader now after that one, and he'll be looking to make sure that the rest of the series goes as well as this one. Well, I think, Alessandro, I think that's about all we have got time for here tonight in the Formula Drivers Challenge. But again, this series rolls on. This was only round 6 of 14, and in 2 days' time, Wednesday evening, 6:15 GMT, we will be here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway for more Formula 3 action. So from myself, Andrew Woodhouse, and from Alessandro Dalladone, and from the production of Alex Simpson, we will wish you a very good night, and we'll see you soon back on the channel for the World GT Championship.